Well, hello and welcome to the internet. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to review From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman for you. It's an anime style, and it's a pretty good one. Let's get into it here. So right away, one thing you're gonna notice about this, especially if you've actually read the anime, is the animation is honestly lovely. I really liked it. It was bright and colorful. I had so much fun watching each episode. The blood spurts and the sword fights. It's really done well, and the fight scenes are very intricate because you have a lot of sword masters in this, and you get to see a whole lot of different sword fights. I just thought it was fantastic. So the show starts off with our old country bumpkin, Barrel. He's in his mid-40s, been sitting around teaching in a dojo his entire life. He learned how to sword fight from his dad, and he eventually took over the dojo. He's an average guy with average sword skills, he says. He's a little bit slower than he used to be in his middle age, but he's still got pretty good swordsmanship. And he trains a lot of people. He honestly, he loves his students. One of the things I really enjoy about this show is you're going to get to meet a lot of his students, and you get to see a lot of flashbacks to what a kind person he is. He helps out a little girl who lost her parents down by the river, gives her a sword, teaches her how to fight, teaches discipline to some of the other kids and things. One of the girls likes him so much doesn't want to leave the class. It's really good. It's super wholesome, and it's a great way to start off a show. You show this guy just living with his dad, middle-aged man, an old country bumpkin, just like it says. But of course, that's not a show in itself, is it? No. What we find out, and Barrel finds out, is that one of his students comes back, and she's a super powerful night warrior girl. And I gotta say, just for the record, all of his students that he seems to meet, not only are they women, they're exceedingly hot. Each one after the next is hotter than the one before it. Some of them have just like tits that are bursting out of their shirts, or they have super tight clothes on, or whatever. Like, it was fantastic. He never even mentions it, but like each woman that introduces, like, oh, I'm one of his former students. She's hotter than the one before. And one thing he learns is that all of his students that graduate and go on from his school, they are all master swordsmen all over the world. They're some of the best sword fighters that there's ever been. They're the highest level of knights and things like that. Some of the best adventurers, and they owe it all to him. They say they've never met a swordsman as good as him. He's like uber humble throughout the whole show. He's like, no, I'm not that good. Certainly, you've done this on your own. You've become your own swordsman. I'm certainly nowhere near your level, and on like that. And so what happens is one of his students comes back to get him. She wants him to come help teaching students at the capital, at the big castle for the emperor. And he's like, me? I'm just a random country bumpkin. What do you want me up there for? And she's like, you're so much more than that. You're the greatest swordsman ever. No blade could touch you. Come to the capital with me. And it's great. Barrel goes, tells his dad, I'm going to go to the capital for all. His dad's like, yes, get out of here. Don't come back till you have kids. We don't need you here. I'll get someone else to replace the class. His dad was awesome. Every time he visits, his dad's like, you don't need to be here. Just go back to the city. Get a house. Get a woman. Stay over there. Come back with some grandkids or whatever. It's awesome. That's kind of what parents are like, right? So basically, what happens is Barrow goes to the big city and gets himself a little house or whatever to stay, and then he slowly starts to train all the other students and things like that. And as the show goes on, you slowly start to see he truly is a master swordsman. Like all the best people in this you see, they'll come at him with all these moves and things like that. He is able to solve all of them. Blades just go right by him like he's a ghost. It's great. I really liked seeing this guy, his sword fighting technique, and he was always giving advice as he was defeating people and things like that. It was cool. I really enjoyed it. And his very humble attitude just draws you to him. You can't help but root for this guy. He's humble from a small town, doesn't believe he's great, doesn't want greatness, just wants to help people out and live a good life. And he's always trying to help out people who, even when he doesn't have the means to do it, he still wants to do it. He's just a great guy. You really like this character as he's going throughout the world. Another hilarious thing about Barrel, he's also incredibly naive. Many of these girls are throwing themselves at him, basically. Like, let's go to lunch. Let's go to dinner. Oh, you're going with her? Oh, but I want to go, right? And like I said, they're all insanely hot. And he's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm here with these girls. I'm an old country bumpkin. They don't want to be seen with me. And the girls are like, oh my God, Master's with me. He's the greatest warrior ever. It's really, really entertaining when you're watching the show. You can't help but smile in so many of the interactions. But it does get serious. We do get up to him actually having to help out the king and queen. He has to defend at one point an actual convoy, and he has to protect the princess and things, which he's able to do. And of course, no spoilers, but of course, some of his students will end up being not so great. They may have his sword skills, but they may not have his temperament, and some of them may turn to the dark side. He also has to fight some undead. The fights in this are just great. The focus isn't just on that. It's really on his story, living his life, learning about how he lives in the city, seeing him helping out people. He even meets an extremely powerful wizard girl at one point who could like mop the floor with anyone, but even she respects him and says, no, I want this guy to come with me. If I get in trouble, I'm going to need him. Because he really is the greatest master swordsman, but he's also the most humble master swordsman that has ever existed. He just doesn't think he's that great. And he doesn't want to go around, tooting his own horn, saying, I'm the best. They're only good students because I taught them. But the students in this, they don't mind doing it. They're like, he's the greatest. You would have no chance. He's an amazing warrior. He's always embarrassed, like, oh no, don't say that. I'm sure I'm not as good as you. They even half of them even kept his sword. He would make them all his sword when they graduate, and it'd be like something they would cherish. He thought they'd just throw it away, but they don't. They really respect him. So it's funny because you get to see him having these experience. He doesn't realize how he's looked at in the wider world. But it's like his dad kind of knew. That's why he keeps telling him, just go, just go. He keeps saying, my son doesn't realize what an amazing warrior he is, right? So it's honestly fantastic. His whole adventure is great. Honestly, Old Country Bumpkin and Master Swordsman is just a really great story. Anime or not, it's something anyone can watch and enjoy. You're going to get invested in him as a character. It's lovely meeting all of his new students and his old students and things like that. You get excited when you hear they're going to go fight things or go on adventures. And every time he gets into a sword fight, the mood changes. You're like, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And often it is. But overall, I had a fantastic time watching from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman on Prime. Like I said, every week I was waiting for the episodes, and they were a little bit good. I would have liked them to be a little bit longer than they were, but I understand. And they've already been renewed for season 2, so they're going to be back with more, and I can't wait. I'm going to be here for it. I'm going to give this show a 9 out of 10. My only complaint about it would be that there's not enough of it, and there's and I'd like to see more action in it. We do get some, but I would still like a little bit more. But overall, just an amazing show. A great way you want to spend your weekend or your time sitting down, start a show from start to finish, binge the whole thing. You won't regret it. You're going to have a great time. And we even do get to hear him called Master Swordsman potentially. Before the end of it, you're going to get to hear the words that he wants to hear, and we want to hear it told to him. It's a great adventure, and you'll have a great time watching it with almost any age group. It's just great. But thanks so much for your time, guys. Really appreciate that. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.